Welcome to Tales of Africa, where every story carries the wisdom of our ancestors. Sit back, listen closely, and let today's tale take you on a journey through our land of stories. Aros, the tortoise always found a way to talk himself out of it. Some called him wise. Others said he was cunning. But one thing was certain, he never missed a chance to fill his belly. One bright morning, word spread through the forest that the king of all animals, the great lion, was holding a royal feast. Every creature was invited to bring a gift in exchange for a seat at the long table of food. There would be roasted yams, ripe plantains, steaming soups, and honey dripping from golden pots. The smell alone carried far into the trees. The tortoise licked his lips when he heard the news. But when he checked his small hut, he found nothing to offer as a gift. No yams, no fruits, not even a handful of nuts. "How can I miss the king's feast?" he grumbled. "My stomach would never forgive me." After thinking for a long while, an idea crept into his mind. "Oh," he said softly, smiling to himself, "if I cannot bring a gift, I will bring a story." So he polished his shell until it shone like the evening sun, and set off toward the palace, humming a tune. At the gate of the royal court stood the leopard, the king's guard. "Stop there, Tortoise," the leopard growled. "What have you brought for the king?" The tortoise bowed low and said, "Good friend, my gift is not one of the hand, but of the mind. I bring the king a story that no ear has ever heard." The leopard frowned, but the king loved entertainment, so he allowed him to pass. When the tortoise entered the great hall, his eyes widened. The tables overflowed with food, juicy fruits, steaming meat, and bowls of fragrant soup. The king sat proudly on his throne, his mane shining under the light. "Welcome, Tortoise," said the king. "What have you brought to honor this feast?" The tortoise bowed again. "Your Majesty, I bring a story that will please your heart more than gold." The king's eyes gleamed with curiosity. "Then tell it, and let us hear." The tortoise cleared his throat and began. "Once upon a time, there was a mighty king, strong, brave, and generous. But he had one weakness: he never shared his food with anyone." The animals gasped softly. The tortoise continued, his voice smooth as honey. "One day, the spirits punished him by taking away his taste for food. Everything became bitter, until he learned the joy of sharing." The king laughed heartily, not realizing the tortoise's tale was a clever mirror of his own pride. "You speak wisely, Tortoise," he said. "Sit and eat." The tortoise wasted no time. He filled his plate again and again, tasting every dish. Soon his belly grew round and tight, but his greed pushed him on. When no one was looking, he stuffed more food into a bag hidden under his shell. But as he tried to leave, the bag tore open. Yam pieces, meat bones, and fruit skins scattered across the floor. The hall grew silent. The king's eyes narrowed. "Tortoise," he thundered, "you were welcome as a guest, yet you tried to steal from the table of generosity." The tortoise trembled and fell to his knees. "Forgive me, great king. I was blinded by hunger." The king sighed deeply. "Let this be your punishment. From today, you shall carry the weight of your greed upon your back forever." He struck the ground with his paw, and at once the tortoise's smooth back cracked into hard, uneven plates. The tortoise cried out, but it was done. From that day, every tortoise carried the marks of that lesson, a shell of many pieces, reminding all who saw it that greed always leaves its scars. And whenever the animals gathered to eat, the tortoise was the last to be served. Yet he never forgot the taste of that royal feast, or the wisdom it brought him. And that is the story. May we always remember its lesson and carry it in our hearts. If you enjoyed it, subscribe and share to keep our African stories alive.